Welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's episode, I will be showing you how to fix a sticking CD tray and a bookshelf stereo system. But first I want to show you that the CD tray is actually stuck. You just have to hit the door open button a few times. There we go. If you can hear it, you can hear the insides working. The CD tray is just not opening. First thing we have to do is to get this cover off. It can be probably a little intimidating for some people to actually start something like this, but these types of units, VCR players, DVD players, these covers are designed to be removed to access the insides to have them worked on. With this one, I'll show you real quick, there's 3 screws on one side, and then there's 3 screws on the other. And then there's just a few on the back, so all you got to do is just unscrew the right ones. That will enable you to remove the cover. So the first thing you need to get the cover off is the proper screwdriver, and mine's a small Phillips. So here we go. Now to take the cover off, of course all units are different. This one is rather easy to do. Just flare the sides out a little bit, tilt it up, lift it up, and that's it. And now I'll show you the insides. Now the next step is to get the CD tray open to expose the bands underneath it. So first thing you want to do is take off the loose CDs. This one is already locked in place. I've replaced the band on this stereo system about 5 times already, so I learned from trial and error on how to get the door open. The one thing you don't want to do, and of course I never did, was to put a screwdriver or a knife in the front of the CD tray to pry it open. But first we need to pop the CD tray open. This one's pretty simple. You just push it out from the back, and that's it. So you pull it all the way out, and here is the culprit, the cheap-ass little band that controls the CD tray going in and out. I had bought about a dozen of these from Lowe's for maybe a couple bucks, probably at the most. So after you get your O-ring out, head off to your local hardware store and match it up with one of the ones they have at the store. You shouldn't have any problem finding one. Between Lowe's, Home Depot, and McFadden Hardware that we have out here. Actually, I didn't even have to go to any of the other ones. Lowe's had them. I actually bought a few different thicknesses just to be on the safe side, and I found out that you need to use the same exact thickness as the one that is in the unit. You can't use a thicker one or a tighter one. It has to be the same. That said, I'll show you how to put it on. Okay, so what I'd also recommend doing is once you find the right diameter, go ahead and buy a few different thicknesses and then bring them home and try them all. And of course keep the one that works, and then take the ones back that don't. And then buy a couple, make sure you have at least a dozen of them, so every year or so when they do break you can pop it back in. This is a piece of cake. All you do, put it around the large pulley, go to the small pulley, and that's it. Now check this out. So then in order to put my CD tray back in, I have to push it there, and then that's it. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and show you that it works. Okay, got it plugged in. Go ahead and press the power on button. Wait a few seconds. Now for the test. Perfect. There we go. Now to put the cover back on, put the screws back in, and that's it. Before I put the cover back on, I want to check out one more thing on here first. I want to make sure that the disc exchange works. Perfect. So that's it. Time to put the cover back on. Just spin that around. And of course the cover goes on the same way that you took it off. Just make sure you flare out the edges so you don't touch any of the components inside. And there's usually little tabs that the sides will slide into. That's it. All done. Oh, I just got to put the screws in now. So that's it. Well, that's a wrap up on another how-to video of Paul Henderson. And of course this was the fixing of my CD tray and my JVC bookshelf stereo system. And as you can see, the CD tray works perfect. So if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and you'll get future notifications as videos come out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Took me all but, what, 5 minutes? Maybe 10. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.